just shows you how old we are.
It was really amazing. They did a great job of making it look like New Mexico. Agua Dulce is about 45 minutes north of Los Angeles. They did a lot of work out there. Vasquez Rocks, where they've shot a lot of science fiction stuff.
Yeah, that's
music
scary.
videos there. I was in the same area. I went to West Covina, which is about another 45 minutes east of Los Angeles. And they had a little downtown Main Street, about 3 blocks of it, that looked just like downtown Roswell, New Mexico. They kept on showing me pictures when we first were shooting the pilot. We got a chance to shot on, but most of it was in Paramount. We did get a chance to shoot on Universal Studios for Wipeout and Harvest, which was pretty cool. Because Katie and I were getting our lunch one time, and this tour bus went by, the Universal tour, and I had these flashbacks of when I was 5 years old sitting on that bus. It was like very surreal to me.
I bet, yeah. That's a full circle moment. I love that. Well, I was also curious, since there, obviously was so much of the supernatural element to it. What, if you could have taken one supernatural ability or power or something like with you into real life, what do you wish like you could do in real life?
I guess I would say read people's minds.
That would be a good one. Yeah.
Practical.
Should do the day. Yeah.
This is gonna sound like a mom thing, and it's not. I've always felt this way, but to be able to stop time, take a little nap.
Not to spend more time with the kids.
In this scenario, I don't even have kids. But I'm saying, you're taking a test. You don't need to study. Pause. Go look. Get the answers. You know what I mean? I like that.
No, I love that, yeah.
These two are savages. I was gonna say healing.
I would say healing too, but I think that'd be really daunting to figure out who to save and who not to. So I'm gonna go with maybe, there was an episode, I think it was the Great Snapple Caper, where Shiri and I were out on a dam outside of Los Angeles, and they had a big red hang glider, and he was able to make them fly. I thought that would be cool.
That's very cool.
Get around a lot faster in Los Angeles.
Well, you guys all balance each other out. You can heal somebody after she reads their minds and figures out what's wrong. It's just, it all works.
That's weird. I think they make a show about that, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask one more, and then we'll come out for audience questions. I wanted to ask, I'm a big Jason Katniss fan. I loved Parenthood. So I was curious what it was like working with him, and how his, it was so cool to see like the supernatural side of his brain, and then, he went to these amazing family dramas. So how was it working with him?
I mean, I think it was great. We were all so young, like I keep going back to, but like he was sort of the ringleader. The thing that's so wonderful about this writing is that it's so emotionally felt, right? It's so easy to bring to life because it's so deep. The relationships, I think, really ring true and sort of come right off the page. And he's sort of soft-spoken. I think he like leads with his writing. He's not really like an overbearing force by any means.
We were really lucky because we had Cadams, who came from My So-Called Life, and Nutter, who came from the X-Files, to really help blend those two worlds together. And then when Nutter left, we then had Ron Moore come, who is also a huge science fiction mind. I just thought we were in really great hands the whole way through. And Cadams is just, like Shiri said, his words he writes as if you're speaking them, and he writes as if you're speaking them from the heart. And so it just made our jobs really easy to do.
Yeah, I was too dumb to know how good he was. How lucky I was to be working with a guy like that. So looking back, obviously, it's a huge honor, and he gave us each these unique characters, and none of us were there you know, just to check boxes, like the mean one, the funny one, the heartfelt one, like everything, all the characters he put there on the page were very organic, and the way, it's when I think he was at his best, which is obviously because of, you know, from Parenthood and all that stuff, is when he is, when he's concerned about relationships. And as much as we like sci-fi, and as much as we like that kind of supernatural aspect of the show, I think the reason everybody's here now, you know, 25 years later, is because of the relationships on the show. I mean, it shows when you give us all those shit names. And so when you come up with Dreamers or Candy or the fucking Lamp, what is Tessa's name?
Lamp trimmers.
The Lamp Trimmers. So when you come up with all these insane shit names, it shows just how much you guys cared about those relationships, and the reason you did is because they were written so well and they were thought through, and he put us together at the right times and tore us apart at the right times in the show. And so that is something, looking back, that he was masterful at, and that, you know, I wish I would have been more appreciative of that at the time. But it set us all up for success, and I'm very grateful for that.